All right, bro. So I just want to do a quick markup from scratch, just so it makes sense of how I go about my thinking process. And when I go to speaking, you get it. You got a video reference. So this is in playback, and this is what I come into, dog. So essentially, this is how I mark up my chart. I start off with just taking in what the hell I'm looking at. I have my Asian session marked up with a high and a low, and I have the volume profile for that too. And same thing for the London market session. And I'll also have a volume profile for the crossover from London to New York. And over here you see the daily candle from midnight. And this particular indicator, extends the highs and the lows, and yeah, etc. So what I like to do is I like to go back and mark up some things so I make it visible so it's not missed. So I have like a checklist that I go through. Essentially all I do is matter of fact, let me pull it up. May not be able to see it from on here, but essentially I just, like I said, I read the price action. The day started over here, and midnight started over here, and I'm looking like, okay, this day's bullish. Price came down a little bit after midnight, but it wasn't filling that on a high bet. You're just noticing that before you even go to doing all that drawing, right? I said, all right, bet. And as London comes in, you see London, didn't want to stay down there either. It moved up. It expanded outside. So I'm like, all right, you got to take all that into notation. And usually when I come into the market, it's around like 7:30, 7:15-ish. So this is literally what I see. So boom, let's get to work. I'm like, all right, price extended. We took out highs, etc. If you want to look into yesterday, I try not to look too much into yesterday because yesterday is yesterday and this is a new day. I just let today show me what today wants to do. So let's go ahead and mark up everything before I go to pin the highs and the lows to see where today is projecting itself to go, because that's really all I'm doing. I'm just projecting where price can go and seeing if there's reactions at those particular areas. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pin stuff. I pin my my Asia low. Pin my Asia high. It helped to turn on the magnet, man. Magnet make it so much easier. One thing that would come in handy with our trading view, it would be so dope if it had hotkeys, man. So dope, bro. I don't know why they don't have hotkeys. Pin my London low and high. Make sure that's right. Boom. Then I turn around and I pin the VWAP to close, cash close. Pin my midnight VWAP. And lastly, I pin my 4-hour VWAP, my current 4-hour. Boom. And then now, since we're on the 5-minute and I have my my daily true day candle here, I go and I just look at the session and say, man, where's my low at? Where's my low for this day? Not the true day, for the day. Like, where's the low for? Because the daily candle started down here where it says the open. But I like seeing the true day because it's highly reactive. And then I just like it, bro. I just like it. So yeah, let me go ahead and pull out my field and see if I see any sweeps or anything like that. I already did the reading. You can I also like to read from the 30-minute too, but ever since I introduced this this daily candle back into my framework, I'm able to see how you've been traveling, you know, and I'm also seeing how the volume profiles develop across the sessions. It's like, you know, for example, I'm like, I bet you held onto the 1600 VWAP and you built volume above it. Boom. I'm not just looking through that. Same thing for midnight. You build some volume around the midnight VWAP. See, there's, you know, this confluence. You don't know it's there until you're like, And my midnight VWAP, you know, it just build above it, just showing you, okay, boom. And, you know, now I have my, like I said, this is what I'm coming into. I'm not even looking at the 30-second chart yet. I'm not even looking at the micro chart yet. I'm just looking at, you know, my higher time frame. You know, higher time frame to me is at the most the 30-minute, you know, the 30-minute. So, yeah. Make sure this is pinned to the right one because it's a light color. So yeah, so boom. This one right here, we're doing a little barcode action, showing a little indecision, but you know, it built volume at the high, and this is a developing profile. This is my developing profile for the day. The pre-market session, excuse me, because it's developing. I wouldn't be all technical and shit. It's developing because, you know, it's still moving. It's not anchored like my other session profiles. Yeah. So boom. That's that. Let's go ahead and pin the lows. Oh shoot. I didn't know I had it selected. So essentially, I go down to the session and say, man, where's my low, man? You can either do this one over here, but like I said, I like to keep it within this current day. And the current day low is down here. So boom. Failed retracement from the lowest point, and then I look at the structure that it came through. And this is when you want to, this is funny that's happening once I'm recording. You want to pin it to the structure that, you know, it went through. So from the low to the point that it, the structure that it broke, right? And then all I'm doing is just measuring it to see, hey, do I have opportunity to adjust it? You kind of cherry picking. I ain't even gonna lie. Mind you, this is the time that I'm coming into. This is price that's already printed. So all you're doing is like, hey man, the analogy I like to use is, you know, skeleton and muscles. You're pinning the skeleton to the muscle. Your muscles move. Your skeleton is, the foundation. So anywho, I'm like, all right, man, yeah, it's cool, but could it be better? You know, you can move it to other points like here or there. Boom. 2.5, you had a slight reaction. Not necessarily. So, you know, I don't know, it's a little cherry picking. It's about right there. Another 2.25, 4. And I'm looking, and whenever I reach 4, I'm like, man, I'm really looking for a reversal opportunity, or a retrace. So we're taking out the highs. We built volume, and I'm seeing, I'm paying attention to all of this, and we're at the value area low, and I'm seeing that, this is what's going on. I'm gonna fast forward to, what time is this? Because I need this to be 8 o'clock. I don't know. I haven't really used this feature like that because I'm the forward test, dog. I don't really be doing this back testing and stuff like this. But I was like, man, I gotta explain this because talking through it is just, nah, man. I gotta show you, bro. Somebody explain it. I'd rather show you. So I'm seeing that, and I'm like, all right, man. And if I'm seeing that, and honestly, if I'm seeing that you're not really reversing at my levels. You're just kind of testing it and just retracing a bit. I'm like, that's really giving me more confidence that this is a very valid bullish trend. And this is how I draw. You see me drawing it in real time. So I'm like, okay, where's a low and an opportunity for me to draw? Where is price going? These are just projections. Boom. You see how that's in alignment? Let me bring the other fib into view. 4, 2.5. So you still got room to go to 4, which is, you know, in alignment with other. What the fuck is this? I ain't even gonna lie. What the fuck is this? Is this an old drawing? Yeah, it's an old drawing. So what the fuck is this? Previous day high. That's not even supposed to be there. That's an old drawing. Excuse me. But yeah, you just it's in alignment with something. But I honestly, that's not the freaking previous day high. Let me double check that. Fact check. Oh, it is. So yeah, is it a coincidence? So yeah, we just follow what's presenting itself, and you know, this daily candle helps out a lot. So I'm not, you know, I don't get lost in the sauce of what's going on and what's been going on and how price has been moving at the highs and at the lows. Are we retracing? Are going up? And then I'm also looking at this in reference, this candle in reference to my VWAPs and my session VWAPs. I'm like, okay, this is where this session VWAP literally is. It's sitting here in reference to this blue big ass candle you see here. So I'm taking that into consideration. Yeah. And yeah, so continuing on, let's keep on playing. It's 8 o'clock. So I'm measuring it. So looking for other opportunities, because honestly, any sweep or whatever, you can be like, all right, man. Because even here, I'm looking like, man, you swept this low. Are you going to hold this low? And I'm like, nah. See, that's the cool thing about this candle here, because like, man, it keeps you humble. Like, bro, don't go for every freaking sweep, because, you know, oh, you take, you know, you pin this, and you're like, oh, it's going all the way back down here. It's all measuring. You want your measurements to be in confluence with the candle that's presenting itself right here. So I don't see anything, to be honest, but this is how I mark it up. And this is how I stay in the fucking trend too, honestly. Because I'm measuring it. Hold on, you're reacting here. You're reacting here. Like this right here, this is a reaction this is a failed fucking reaction, because this is significant, bro. VWAP, you're fucking around with my VWAP. Yeah, we could just keep going fast forward. Let me move on from the 30 seconds. I want to move on. Well, that's probably why I was doing that. Hey, man. Let me update this. This is how you know I don't even be on here like this. Trying to skip it forward, but that's essentially it. I'm looking for opportunity. Honestly, I would draw this because I'm like, bro, you keep failing, and you keep failing, and you're going up. I would pin this low, because this is a failure, dog. A fucking failure. Pin this low, not this one. I could pin that one, but I want the low that took out this one. Pin it to the top of that particular body. Looking at my reactions, you're already reacting at 27. I got a muscle twitch. And all I'm looking for is confluence on the area, a way to get back in to go up, if that's still valid. And I'm looking at the lower time frame to be like, okay, how are you traveling down to my area of confluence? Are you breaking structure? Not necessarily breaking structure. How are you coming down here? All right, because price continues to move in that same pattern. As it goes up, it comes down the same way. And it's just like, all right, just staying grounded, and this is how it moves. This is the ocean, and this is how it moves. And you're just joining it, and it's just, yeah, just staying grounded. It's the, you know, the main thing with this. And that's how I do my drawings on this particular time frame. And I, you know, as you see here, it went up there, and let's see what happened. Because I would honestly draw this like this on this time frame, because it came back. Because even in hindsight, if you miss it, you can be like, all right, bro, Am I interested in these goddamn going targets? Because this one here, boom, broke structure to the upside, boom, came back. You didn't come back down to my area that I like, but this fib is still going to fib. Even if it just because it didn't come back down to your level, it's still going to fucking fib, dog. So yeah, I just, I get excited with the reactions. Like, all right, bet, boom, whatever. And just continue on. You just look for opportunities that are in confluence with you, and you just want to make sure if you see that it flips, that you're not holding on to that bias. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just enter when let me just show you an entry instead of just saying that. So this one, for example, this one didn't come back down for me. You can move it up here. Boom, it still hit that, still did not come back down. So I'm like, bro, I ain't interested in that. My entry is, I like to enter at, 50%. Let me see, did it come back down? Oh, my bad, it did. Shit me. So it came down. And so what I do is essentially this, because this is the this is the entry right here. And I'm going to keep on making videos on this and make it more clear. This is my first video, bro. And I just get in and I attack my targets, bro. This is literally back testing session in your face. I just make sure I show up grounded and prepared. It hits on my targets. Honestly, my entry is right here. Let me readjust this. That's where I would enter at. Readjust my target. Did you hit it? Did you hit it? And mark me in. Just make sure I get this goddamn trading view. Boom. One more time. Third time's a charm. So it satisfies some of my targets. My TP is right here. See, I reversed. It reversed. And boom, there you go. That's the 8 o'clock move. What is that? 3 to 1. So that's my my trading framework, and honestly, I don't think it's gonna change from here. So all I'm gonna do is just keep going. You gonna keep seeing these videos, bro. You're gonna keep seeing these videos. It's gonna get better and better and better. All right, peace, love.